Hello, hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create super quick and simple masculine card. And if you stay tuned until the end of the video, I will have a surprise for you. For today's project, I was looking for fish design paper, but to be honest, I couldn't really find it. So I designed it myself. As you can see, I've got the same fish over and over. However, I changed some of them where they look. So I flipped them, I rotated them, and I tried to fill as many gaps as possible. So I've got the darker version, but also the gray version. So you can mix and match them for extra contrast. And I also created some other fish which are slightly bigger. So this way you can create a focal element for your cards. Using my ScanNCut machine, I created number 60 with the grey design paper. But at this point I thought I like it, but let's add a little bit of color. So I'm going to use Distress Oxide ink in Broken China and Prize Ribbon. And I think those two colors work very well with the fish design paper. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. As you can see, this card comes together super quickly. So if you do have ScanNCut or Cricut machines, I do encourage you to play especially with the numbers for shaped cards because they are so amazing. But you can create them in a very short time. And as you can see, applying that color on the edges really makes a difference. Have you ever created a card with fish design? Or for someone who loves fishing? I'm really curious, so if you did, please let me know in the comments down below. And whenever you add any distress oxide or any other color on the edges, when you add a second one, it makes this card even more special and let's say more organic. So when these elements are ready, I'm going to create a shadow for my number 60. So this way we're going to have very nice border. But I use a white card and it doesn't really go well with the blue I created. So let's put a scrap piece of card and I'm going to put to a test couple of blue markers from my stash. I'm going to check them first if I'm happy with the color and then whichever I choose, I'm going to color in that shadow. But to be honest, you don't really have to color everything. All you have to do is just to make sure we've got that color where we're going to see the border. Super quick and simple, right? And whenever you leave a spot, you can always put that top layer on top to check. And that's what I'm going to do later on. So what do you think about this fish design paper? Do you like it? I really hope you do. So now when this element is ready, my biggest tip for you, if you want to make sure it looks like properly colored element, use your alcohol markers on all the edges. So this way, no one will ever know that you use white card. Super simple trick, right? But it really makes a difference. So when this is ready, I'm going to put that number 60 on my shadow. But first, please check if you miss any of the spots. And I did here, so I'm going to fix it. Super quick and simple. And to assemble my panels, I'm going to use my liquid glue, one and only magic glue. If you do have your favorite glue, I would absolutely love to know how do you assemble your elements. So here I miss a spot, so I'm going to use my alcohol marker and fill that gap. Super quick and simple. But it really makes a difference. And if you know me, you know how much I love shaped cards. And I do encourage you to create your own because they look stunning and you don't really need that much time to create them. Now I've got one more layer here and I'm going to leave it white. But that will be the front of the card. So again, I'm going to use my liquid glue. If you want, you can add some foam adhesive for extra dimension. And that will be perfectly fine. When these elements are ready, I thought I really like it, but if you do have any excess of the glue, you can always use a pokey tool. Now it will be time to put the back panel and I use my biggest layer again and I'm going to create a top flap. Super simple. And this is the trick I always use with shape cards. So this way you can have any shape that you want. Now it is time to fold and burnish that scoring line and use a bone folder. And whenever you assemble the front and the back of the cards, I do encourage you to leave the card for about 2 minutes just to make sure the glue is set properly before you move on to the next step. And it's always a good idea to open the card and burnish it from the inside. Trust me, it really makes a difference. And there is plenty of space to write your message inside. And what I really like about this card, it also stands proudly on a flat surface. Now, as you can see, I've got some bigger fish here. And I'm going to put some of my alcohol markers to the test. And if I'm happy with the color, I'm going to color in the fish. But it's always a good idea to actually use that scrap element and then put them to test. And I think fish are pretty tricky to color because they've got so many different colors. That's why I'm going to use a combination of green, brown, and gray. And I think that what really makes a difference, especially if you want to achieve that organic look. And you can always go over and over again just to have that beautiful blend. If you want, you can also use some watercolor markers, and that will be perfectly fine because you'll get that watercolor effect, which is one of my favorites, especially in card making. When I'm happy with the colored fish, I'm going to fussy cut them. If you want, you can also use your ScanNCut or Cricut machines, and that will be perfectly fine. So as you can see, this card comes together super quickly. I absolutely enjoyed creating it, and it is also a personalized card, which makes it even more special. How often do you create personalized cards? If you do have your favorite color combo for them or shape, I would absolutely love to know. And as you can see, that green really makes a difference on those fish because when you blend it with some brown and gray, it is super cool, right? So when the fish is ready, I also need a sentiment for my project. So I use solid gold from CRAFTSTASH Companion and I created a sentiment in Polish. And now decisions, which means do a dry run just to make sure all the elements are exactly where you want them. And I'm going to place them here and then I'm going to use one of my favorite alphabet cutting dies from Tethered Lace called Elegant Alphabet for the name of the recipient, and I use gold mirror card to do it. And I told you at the beginning of the video that I'm going to have a surprise for you. So I showed you the design paper I created with fish. If you like it, I've got it for free for you. All you have to do is to check the links in the description down below to buy me a coffee website. And I left that design paper for you, so you can use it for your projects. However, you can't really sell it because I designed it. So if you want to create very quick project with some fish design, please check that Buy Me a Coffee website in the description down below. Now I decided to add some dimension to the fish, so I'm going to use double-sided foam adhesive. And whenever you create any elements of your cards, always make sure first your sentiment is where you want, and then you can play with all the other elements. So now it is time to put some double-sided foam adhesive. Always put few drops of liquid glue, then double-sided foam adhesive, and few drops of liquid glue again, because that would really makes a difference, especially if you want this card to last for a very long time. So, what do you think about this color palette for the 60th birthday? Do you think it's a good idea, or would you change it? If you have created a masculine card, which is a personalized card, I would absolutely love to know, what did you make? Did you create a very special color combo, shape card, fancy fold? Please let me know in the comments down below. I also created some other masculine cards, which you will see at the end of this video, and actually throughout of those video here. So you probably saw something popping up in the top right corner throughout the video. So the cut is nearly completed. What do you think about this? Do you like it? I really hope you do. There is plenty of space to write your message inside, and it stands proudly on a flat surface. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Have a wonderful day and see you in my next video. Happy crafting! Bye!